Hey everyone, it's Amadeus. As I said in the introduction video, there's a few things I wanted to go over regarding what was coming up and what was happening in the psychedelic community, locally and elsewhere. So let's dive right in. In December 6th, on Saturday, December 6th, EGA, which is Entheogenesis Australis, is essentially the Australian Psychedelics New Zealand Centre. It's much better, it's much older, much better resource, better staffed, everything else. They're doing it right, they're doing really good work. They are holding their 10th anniversary conference at RMIT Story Hall in Melbourne, in Australia. Now, if you're thinking of going over, or if you're not sure about going over, do. It'll be great. It'll be a really good conference, and it's their 10th anniversary. They're not gonna sell it short. It's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna be there with my partner and with another friend that we've met through the Psychedelics New Zealand page, actually. So if you do decide to go, or if you have decided to go, let us know. Or if you're in Melbourne and you see this and you want to meet up with someone from New Zealand, let us know. Message the page, and we will contact you and let you know how to meet up with us while we're there. So that's going on. That's great. Um, Next, this is something that I've kept in the bag for quite a while because well, to be fair, it's still actually up in the air. And I didn't want to say anything until it was actually concrete, but I'm going to have to flag that, and you'll see why as I go through. I'm planning an event to have in Wellington in sometime between late February and maybe mid-April 2015. As I say, it's up in the air. The date isn't locked in. Sometime between late February, maybe late March, something like that. Somewhere up into April in 2015 in Wellington at the Paramount Theatre with Mitch Schultz, who I've mentioned, Dr. Dennis McKenna, who is the brother of Terence McKenna. If you don't know, his book came out a couple of years ago, Brotherhood of the Screaming Abyss, if you haven't read that. So if you haven't got yourself a copy, go get it. It's a fantastic book. I've got a copy sitting right over there. It's really good. And also Dr. Dave Nichols. He is a chemist, a clinical chemist. He is the world's foremost expert on LSD, and obviously, as an adjunct to that, is also very knowledgeable about psilocybin, LSD, all these other things. All three of these guests have expressed somewhat emphatic interest in presenting at this event, coming to New Zealand. It's going to cost us a pretty penny to bring them out and to put this event on. So we're going to end up, we will be applying for sponsorships and grants and that sort of thing. Hopefully that will cover some of the cost. But we will also be putting out an Indiegogo campaign. Hopefully this will go far and wide, and it won't just be in New Zealand, because that would be far too much of a burden, I think. If you knew what the figures were, you would probably agree. But please, if you can, let people know that we're trying to put this event on. Also, sorry, I forgot to mention also the documentary Neurons to Nirvana. I've been given permission to run a premiere screening of that in New Zealand, so one of two things will happen with that. Either we will use that as also a fundraising medium, or it will be premiered at the event. It will be a flagship at the event. And even if that doesn't happen, along with the Indiegogo campaign, which we will be putting up, we'll be asking for $10,000. That is not the entire fund for the campaign, not even close, but it is definitely a good way towards it. So I think we're asking for a good compromise here, where it's not a massive amount of money if you think about how many people there are in the community and worldwide that might want to contribute, and how much that will actually pay for, which is actually quite a lot. That'll nearly cover all of the talent costs that we'll have. Another thing that's coming up is Dr. Rick Strassman has actually just released a new book called DMT and the Soul of Prophecy, which is about DMT's role in the Talmud and the Judaic Jewish patriarchs' visionary encounters, such as Moses on Mount Sinai or the burning bush, things like this. Jacob dreaming of the ladder to heaven, things of that nature, and how naturally occurring DMT states may have had a role in that. And I have actually been privileged enough to be given an interview with Dr. Strassman. I'll be doing that on what our time will be the 20th of October. So maybe within 2 days following the 20th of October, by the 23rd of October, I hope they'll have that online. I'll be posting it. I'll be pushing it. You won't miss it, trust me. And hopefully that will go really well. Another thing I wanted to speak about, I'm not sure if everyone's aware, but New Zealand is actually one of the only countries in the entire world that has active ibogaine trials going, and Dr. Jeff Noller, who I have been in touch with, is going to also be presenting at the EGA conference in December. I should be meeting with him not only in December, but I'm actually going to be in Wellington next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, October 3rd, 4th, 5th. I'll be there, and if you'd like to meet up with me, I do have a bit of a strict schedule. I'm actually meeting up with a couple of political figures, a couple of friends, somebody who I'm organising the event with, and so I may have a strict schedule. But if you'd like to meet up and talk, have a coffee, something like that, actually I don't drink coffee, but hot chocolate, something like that, and just discuss whatever you want to discuss, then just message the page, let me know, and hopefully we can get in touch when I come down there. I'll be meeting up with Jeff Noller while I'm there and speaking with him, and hopefully I'll be able to report something on the ibogaine trials that are going, and keep you up to date on that. So there we go, that's a bunch of stuff that's going on currently. The main thing I'd like to stress here is, unfortunately for you guys, the financial side, the Indiegogo campaign, that's going to be really, really important to get this event up and running. But, you know, it's Mitch Schultz, Dennis McKenna, Dave Nichols. These are top-of-the-line guys. These are the best in the world. They're who we really want to come and you know, at least to start off this community that we have going here, because this event's going to be, it's going to be historical, it's going to be monumental. This has never happened before in New Zealand. We've had sort of closed-door academic events that had sort of $500-$700 ticket prices, but this is going to be sort of in probably the $100-$150 ticket range, I would say, we'd be able to pull this off for, and it's going to be a really good time, and it's going to be a really good way to get in touch with your community, because these are going to be the people that are in your community. They're going to be the people that you maybe haven't found yet, maybe the people you haven't touched base with. So hopefully with that in mind, we can move forward and get that going, and see you all at the event. And don't be afraid to reach out before then as well. As I'll keep saying, if you have questions, queries, something to say, anything like that, just message the page, message the YouTube channel, whatever, and we'll address that somehow. So thanks a lot, guys.